Welcome to Positive Energy with Crystals. My name's Hillary, and this is part of the series where I recommend crystals for fictional characters. And this is part 5 in the tarot version. So we're at the swords, and I can't believe we only have pentacles left, and then I'm done with this series within the series. It's crazy that I won't be doing the tarot cards anymore, and it makes me a little sad. Now, I don't want to go into much explanation because I've done this so many times. So go watch the other videos for the big explanation of what I'm doing. But for the basics is, I am using Lisa Papez's book, Unlocking the Tarot, and I'm taking her information. If you haven't read her book, go check it out. It's a great resource and especially for doing this. It was the perfect resource for doing this. But it's a really good book, really helpful, especially for people like me that are pretty novice tarot readers. It helped a lot. So I take her book and I use her descriptions, and then I recommend crystals that would help them. I'm not using crystals that I think would represent the cards. It's what I would think would help them in their day-to-day life, their job, whatever. So that's what I'm doing. Now also remember, Lisa's book does court cards a little differently. She does a sliding scale. I'm not going to go into too much explanation on that. Read her book. You'll totally worth it. So I'll go talk about the description a little bit and all that, and I'll give the recommendations, and let's get started. So let's get those out of the way, and we're going to start with the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords sliding scale goes from inquisitive to intrusive. Lisa, in the court cards, chooses a character from fiction, which is one of the reasons this was just so perfect to do, is because she chooses a character. So Lisa's character for the Page of Swords is Alice from Alice in Wonderland. The strengths are curious and attentive when subject or person interests them. They're adaptable. They're into roll with the punches and make changes on the fly. The struggles can be intrusive, tend to neglect matters of heart, lead to lack of emotional maturity or availability, can be overly defensive, better at asking questions and answering, and prefer to be prepared over being put on the spot, and hate to be wrong. So for the Page of Swords, we are going to focus on patience, help learn and retain info even when not interested in the subject, grounding, and some calming. So first, we're going to go with Amazonite. It helps with confidence, helps remain motivated, eases aggravation, it's good luck, clears muddled thoughts, and it dissolves negative thoughts. I thought that would help out the page. That kind of blends in. You can't really see it. I should have got... Here, let's do this. There we go. Now you can see it. Alright, next one is Volcano Agate. This is so pretty. And if you didn't know, volcano is UV reactive, and if I knew where my black light was, the flashlight, I would show you, but I have no idea where it is right now. I think it's in storage with some crystals. Anyway, Volcano Agate is very good for grounding. It's also good for protection, motivation, balance and harmony, which I think would help a lot, especially with the, stay interested in one, or not staying focused on stuff they're not interested in. And it's also calming. And it's so pretty. Alright, had to take your air conditioner break. So next is Watermelon Tourmaline. Watermelon tourmaline removes insecurities. It calms overreactive emotions, helps resolve issues in relationships. It releases unhealthy patterns and releases stress and tension. But that's so pretty. I love tourmalines. Okay, keep going. Next is white howlite. So white howlite boosts patience. It calms anger and bad temper. It's soothing. It helps stay the course in what you undertake. It absorbs stress, anxiety, and intense emotions. So, for the Page of Swords, we have Amazonite, Volcano Agate, Watermelon Tourmaline, and White Howlite. Next, we've got the Knight of Swords. So, the Knight of Swords on the sliding scale goes from ambitious to ruthless. Lisa's character is Tony Stark from Iron Man, which I thought was really good. The strengths can accomplish almost anything they set their mind to, and outstanding problem solver. Will always go after what they want, even when odds stacked against them. They're brave, fiercely defend those close to them, no matter what. Their struggles are they tend to avoid planning or thinking things through before they do them. They can be impatient because they have to always be on the move, mentally or physically. Takes on too much and push to the burnout, or get so focused on one thing and neglect other things or people. So for the Knight of Swords, we're going to focus on patience, communication, planning, and some grounding. First, we're going to go with Ice Calcite. I love this piece. It looks exactly like ice. It is so cool. It helps enhance ability to make personal growth. It helps with new perspectives, stress from working, feeling emotionally exhausted, to help you take a step back and release all that. It helps with motivation. It helps with heightened awareness to ensure you're not overly focused, and it helps you see the root of the problem. I thought that was really good, and if I had to choose one piece for the page, I think Ice Calcite would be a really good one. Alright, next we're going to go with Shungite. So Shungite is a really good EMF protector. You probably see a lot of people that have them on their phones in some way, either on their on the backs, or I guess there's these little discs you can put in the cases, stuff like that. It helps detox the body, relieves stress and anxiety. It's soothing, grounding. It helps with protection and transformation. Next is Sodalite. It provides insight into the self, healing you to take It provides insight into the self, helping you to take a deeper look at your strengths, weaknesses, and goals to bring balance. So, also, if I had to choose one, this would be really good. Oh, I've never noticed that this one's got some of the brown on the back, or the reddish. Well, that's cool. You know, I don't recognize this piece. It must be a newer piece. I really need to work with Sodalite. I guess I just haven't. I guess I depend too much on lapis lazuli. Anyway, back to Sodalite. This would also be a really good one for just a one crystal for the night. It helps with communication. It compels you more towards positive actions. It's calming Great for group conversations, and it helps with focus and willpower and logic. And then we also have agate. I just grabbed a basic agate. So it helps with stability and balance. Is grounding, of course, as a sense of peace and support when you feel scattered or overwhelmed. Helps with anxiety and stress, improves analytical abilities, and it reduces anger and bitterness. I love agate for a grounding stone. So for the Knight of Swords, we've got ice calcite, shungite, sodalite, and agate. Next, we're doing the Queen. Let's scoot everything in. So the Queen of Swords on the sliding scale goes from perceptive to judgmental. Lisa's character is Elsa from Frozen, which I thought was hilarious. That was perfect. Strengths are fair-minded, intelligent, can analyze situations and people, can be gentle and compassionate, can navigate complex emotions without succumbing to them, keep cool head, effective communicator, and give good advice. So the struggles can be very judgmental and quick to speak their mind, can be closed off emotionally, can have difficulty accepting help or advice, prefer to give, struggle to open up or be vulnerable with others, fiercely independent, and do things alone, which can result in burnout. So we're going to focus on group interaction and communication, calming our mind, because there's a lot going on in there. So we're going to start with blue kyanite. Blue kyanite helps heal damaged relationships, helps get out of disputes or disagreements, successfully help communicate, and with self-expression. It's calming, helps with relaxation, and broaden perception. Next is citrine, which helps elevate optimism, give emotional strength to support yourself and those around you. It absorbs toxic energy or conflict, transmutes it, and releases positive energy. It helps with spiritual growth and overcome difficulty verbalizing thoughts and feelings. And it's a cheerleader crystal. I just love how supportive citrine is. And then we also have Dalmatian jasper, which helps it encourages cooperation and harmony. It's supportive and calming and helps let go of things you've outgrown. So for the Queen, we've got blue kyanite, citrine, and Dalmatian jasper. For the Queen of Swords. Alright, now for the King of Swords. His sliding scale goes from strategic to indifferent. Lisa's character, once again, she's spot on, is Spock from Star Trek. So the strengths are rational thinker, makes decisions objectively and level-headedly, big picture thinker, tries to look at every situation from multiple angles before determining appropriate action, values respect and takes accountability and models these behaviors in their own interactions with others. Struggles can become indifferent to others' feelings, isolating them from others, tend to overthink situations, less comfortable to matters more affected by emotions or require more vulnerability, and can be rigid and controlling. So we're going to focus on grounding, relaxing, a little bit of communication, and dealing with some emotional stuff. So first, we're going to start with hematite. So hematite is grounding. Healing helps with logical and critical thinking. It absorbs toxic energy holding you back. The next one that I think is good for the King of Swords is honey calcite. I love honey calcite so much. It is, and I love this piece specifically. I have a tumbled piece and I have no idea where it is, and it makes me so sad. Honey calcite is, it helps open higher potential. It connects emotions with intellect, which we know he needs. It calms the mind, helps transformation, helps with developing skills. It improves decision making and help complete your goals. I call it my get out of my head crystal. Stop overthinking stuff and stuff like that. Alright, next is lepidolite. You can kind of see it. My piece is super sparkly, but the camera isn't picking it up. There's a little bit, but in my hand it's super sparkly. So lepidolite is a very softening energy. It keeps mental state operating in calm manner. It helps you become more in touch with emotions. It's calming. It prevents extreme emotional shift. It allows you to live fully in the present moment. It's relaxing energy, and it promotes patience and optimism. It's a really pretty crystal. The camera doesn't do it justice. Alright, and for the last, and as I was sitting here during the last air conditioner break, for some reason, this band right here, across it, I've never noticed how pretty that band is before. Anyway, and it goes all the way around like there. But just sitting there, waiting for the air conditioner to shut off, I noticed how pretty that was. So blue lace agate is calming. It's good for communication. It helps with clarity. It helps you speak clearly and with confidence. It helps with optimism, inner peace, patience, and relaxation. So, for the King of Swords, we've got hematite, lepidolite, honey calcite, and blue lace agate. And I just noticed everybody but the Queen of Swords got an agate. Alright, so there is our swords crystal recommendations. This has been so much fun, and like I said many times, it's helped me with the card readings more, and just it's been so much fun, and I love this. And I can't believe I only have one more video for the tarot card series. It makes me a little sad, but it also this is hard. Coming up with the crystals and everything, and thinking about the personalities. Lisa's book and having with her keeping the characters helped a lot, but I don't think I could have done this just with general descriptions, and Lisa's book definitely helped a lot during this process. So I want to thank her again for giving her okay to do this and to use her book in the series, and I really appreciate that, because it's made, like I said, huge difference in how I did this. So that's it for the swords. If you've got any questions, or if you have any recommendations, put those down in the comments, and I'll see you next time with pentacles.